at the bar when she turned to me and said, "I'm telling you, girl, you got mojo." For a split second, I wondered, who the hell is Joe? And then I got her drift. Mojo, black magic, supernatural charm. I considered her proposition. Certainly I'm predisposed to superstition. As a child, I performed near neck-breaking stunts in order to avoid sidewalk cracks for the sake of my own mother's back. And as an adult, I've been known to avoid black cats, broken mirrors, and orphan pennies that are face down on the street. My ex-girlfriend had a habit of saving me from the dreadful mistake of walking around a pole on the opposite side from her. At the last possible moment, she would grab my arm, pull me to her, and exclaim, "Don't split the pole! It's bad luck! Our fates will be separated. You'll create a serious breach in our relationship." After she left me for a skinny blonde chick with bad teeth, I surmised that I'd split all those random poles in our path perhaps one too many times. So I believe in the mystical and unforeseen, especially when it comes to love. But Dee's assertion that I possess mojo was an entirely new supposition which had a kind of worldview-changing effect. Up until this moment, I'd been seeing the world as a series of disasters and good fortunes, sometimes avoidable or unattainable, but always hovering there on the wings of causation, just waiting to happen. What if I didn't simply create my own luck? What if, instead, I possess supernatural psychic powers over people and events? What if I truly, magically controlled my own fate? I was swilling on this notion of my magical powers, and it tasted a lot like my beer when I realized that Dee's mojo comment was simply a nice way to tell me that she's mystified by my unlikely appeal to women. She clarified, "Yeah, I don't know how you do it with the ladies, but chicks just dig you. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you're cute and fun and all, but I just don't get it. It's got to be mojo or something." These compliments aside, I was poised to object to the entire premise and launch a defense that centered on my recent difficulties in getting a date when the waitress suddenly appeared and made Dee seem like a prophetess. "Someone's got a crush on you," the waitress said as she surveyed me. "Who?" I asked, looking around the bar. "I can't say yet, but she says you might be too young. Are you over 21? Dee had a good laugh at that one and assured the waitress on my behalf that I was well past the legal drinking age. It took 2 more waitress-mediated queries before an attractive, dark-haired woman approached our table and introduced herself. "Hi, I'm Madame Fortuna." Not really. Her name was something like Rachel or Lee or Claire, but when she first introduced herself, I couldn't help but notice that she was wearing dangly gold earrings with coin-like baubles at the end. They weren't huge or tacky or unattractive, but they induced in me a sudden vision, both strange and familiar, as if I'd seen her previously in a past life, or maybe just on TV. Her head was covered in a colorful scarf. Her gold-coined earrings reflected the dim light. Before her was a murky crystal ball. Low-voiced and knowing, she spoke to me. "You're going to meet a dark-haired stranger." That's when Dee skedaddled, and Madame Fortuna and I ordered another beer and got to the business of getting to know one another. Now, I wasn't exaggerating about my difficulties in getting a date. Up until Madame Fortuna's appearance, I'd been trying my luck with a woman whose sexy, cat-like way of sashaying across a room always produced in me the sudden urge to pounce on her in my own cat-like way. Thus, I named her Sex Kitty. For the last 2 months, my relationship with Sex Kitty had reminded me of the one I had with a professional carnival worker who I met on Long Island. Like Sex Kitty, Sex Carney was sexy, and she had rough edges and big hair. "Knock 3 down and take home a prize. Knock 3 down and take a prize home. Knock 3 down and take me home," she barked as I sauntered past her booth. I blew $10 trying to knock down those damn milk bottles. Despite her flirty smile and a well-placed hand on my arm, the only thing I took home that day was a stuffed parrot.